This is Keith Boggs with Stonebriar Property Inspections. Let me pull this up here. And this is the debrief for 3920 Siena Drive. I've got about 170 pictures, 6 or 8 videos. We're going to go ahead and go through all that stuff right now. First picture you see here is just a picture of the front of the house. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. And then the very first thing I did was check the low flow indicator. So this is, you'll see here, I'm going to play this recording so you have it for the video, but now we know what the problem was. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to play it so we have it for the video. Just look here, you'll see the numbers counting here in a second. 163. Next time they say 164. So it was counting, but now it's not doing anything. So it was the toilet.
So
that's awesome.
I'm sorry to pause. Can you take another picture of it right now and then maybe look at it again before we leave? That way we know it.
It's not if there's nothing going, it just stays blank. It just stays completely blank.
So if we go back out there and it's blank, then we're good.
Yeah. I stared at it long enough just now because it would have cycled through. Yeah. This is newer. These are newer meters. The old ones had a thing that spun around. So this is the pitch of the roof. So it's actually almost at 13 on 12. Right around 10 on 12, 11 on 12 is about the max that I can walk on. After that, you've got to have ladder crews and special equipment, and it's just dangerous. Let me flip this around. For example, this will not be in the report. This is just really for me. This is going to just for talking purposes. This is a conduit to your sprinkler system, and it's broken now, so that exposes that wire. That's just something you guys need to know about, and that's where it's located. This is on the so the house faces south on the west side here. This is called the overflow foundation. Not overflow, overpour. This is where the dirt sat the day the foundation was poured. So you see the dirt's down here now. That just shows that the soil has been moving up and down a little bit. But right now it's not affecting the structure at all. If you put circle hoses around the house or you put a drip irrigation system, you can get the soil to the right moisture, and it will come right back up to that right there and help support the foundation better. But it's doing fine right now. And that's just the side it's on, all across there. This is the water pressure to the house. The range is 40 to 80, and you're a little bit about 55. That should be fine for this size house. It's a pretty good size house. You may experience down the road, let's say it's Christmas time and you got 15 people in the house. You know, you got the dishwasher going, clothes washer going, sprinkler system going, pools being filled, and then people started taking showers and you go to get in your shower and it's just, you may experience that. Not for sure. This is when I got here, the power was going and then it turned itself off. But they fixed it, obviously.
Was it a neighborhood thing or was it just the house?
It was a screw up on the cellar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on the cellar side, they thought they did it right. The energy company thought they wanted to turn it off or something like that, but they got it back on pretty quick.
Wow. So
that was saying it's not working, but ignore that now. That's the time when it happened. So these are your 2 condensers. This stuff is really just for me. You've got 3 total condensers and 3 air handlers, furnaces. This is the manufacturer's label. One of the things I can't do on these 2 is the max breaker. You can't read it. So usually I'll check the panel box to make sure that the breakers match. Only one I was able to check is this 3rd one back here, and that breaker was fine. That's just the other label. This is a brick. Obviously, it just came out of the wall there. You may want to keep it there. It'd be a great place to hide a key. Boom. I've seen people do that before.
But what causes that?
They just became loose over time.
Or somebody used it as a hiding.
Or somebody used it, yeah. I've seen people do that. That's just where it's at. It's on the front southwest side. You do have heavy vegetation touching the structure. If you're doing a VA loan or FHA loan, this is considered a conducive condition for termites and wood-destroying insects. They're going to want you to trim this away, not touch the structure with it. Really needs to be trimmed away from the drip line of the gutters. If you're doing a conventional loan,
we're talking about this.
Yeah. No touching.
Should have a little.
Yeah. We don't want anything touching. That's how it's conducive for termites, but also carpenter ants. That's how usually these trees they access, and they do it at night when you're sleeping. Usually, that's more of the same. This is some mortar that's come loose. It's just the mix. It probably wasn't. Maybe they got near the end of the mix or something, and it wasn't quite mixed together well. And there's some cracking in these mortar joints here, which is all very normal stuff. Up front, I would, if it was me, if you're going to want to seal it, I would just use a clear sealant because if you call a mortar guy out here and he's not really good at matching the mortar, these cracks that you really can't really even see unless you're looking for them, they go from not being to be seen to be standing out. So I've seen it where this looks terrible. So there's a vapor barrier behind there which should protect the house, but it doesn't always fix things. That's just more of the same. So this basically, and there's different locations.
He pointed that out on my inspection. I didn't fix it till I sold the house 7 years later.
Yeah.
I can give you my guy's number. He did do a good job though.
Yeah, if you got a good mortar guy, they're hard to find. More of the same. The mortar's just coming loose. That's just where that's at. This is all more of the same. Now, every one of these pictures will be a comment, and there'll be several pictures. They won't all be in there. Same thing. That's just a location. This is again more of the same. This is this is GFCI for your pool light, and it's missing its cover. It does work though, but the light doesn't work. This works, but the light doesn't. We'll get to that in a minute. That's just where it's located. This is stain at the attic ceiling there. Looks like there must have been some kind of something that was dripping because it's not, the damage is not that bad. You can see the framing members here. So it looks like it kind of ran along the framing members. So I don't think it's active. It doesn't look to be active. It doesn't look to be probably happened more than once. If it is, it's a multiple thing. That gypsum board would start to delaminate and separate. And it's still pretty flat. That's just where it's located. These are 2 panel boxes, and they're fine. Both panel boxes are fine. This is the garage trim separation from the veneer, and that's a very normal thing. Oops. Just need to caulk right inside of there.
Get your painter to do that.
Yeah.
Because they'll do it perfect.
This is just a light. We've got lots of light bulbs that are out. This is one of the front coach lights. 99% of the time, it's a burnt out bulb. So that light right there. These are a couple of videos of the condensers. I'm gonna go ahead and play. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 here, but I'll play. No, it sounds a little weird, but I don't think it's a problem with the fan or anything or the condenser. I think it's some loose hardware or something.
Like the humming.
Yeah. You'll hear the next one. It's much quieter.
I like the video. That way, if you get the home warranty and they're like, "Hey, it wasn't working when you bought it," well, no, we got.
Yeah.
Not only do we have a report, you want to see the video.
Yeah. Okay, in the garage, you've got some loose outlets. That one happens to be by the panel box, but all through the garage are all loose. So they just need to be tightened up. That's something you guys can do. It's very simple.
Like.
Take off the
With
cover.
the screwdriver? Yes. Okay. So
If you're worried about electricity, then turn the power off.
AC units. I know they're original,
They are.
but you think they're both? I mean, I know they're.
You know, they could last 15 more minutes. They could last 15 more years. I've seen condensers that are some really poor made condensers like Payne's and Bryant's that are 30, 40 years old.
We did a 1955 house in Plano. He inspected original AC unit. And it was still humming along.
Yeah, I've seen
it. Looked like a rusted tin can, but it was working.
So that's a hard question to answer. Literally, tomorrow they could not be working, and they can still be working when you leave here. There is some cooling problems. We'll get to that later. So this is just loose outlets. That's missing a cover. That's the one by the back patio door. This light is out. Again, probably burnt out bulb. This is a test of the garage door opener. So I do 2 tests, a pressure test to see if it reverses when I hit something, and an electronic eye test. So I got 2 videos of that. We're going to play that. And so basically the door should hit that can there and then back up fairly quickly.
So going back to while that's playing, going back to the other thing with this mortar, you absolutely don't think there's any need for an engineer, structural engineer?
No.
Okay. Now he has it on video.
Yeah, there's nothing that would indicate. Usually I don't talk about structural engineer until I see at least 3 corresponding things. Like an exterior is cracked, you walk on the inside and a crack in the same spot. A crack in the ceiling and a crack in the floor. Doors, like several things, corresponding things. So that doesn't mean you can still, if it's going to make you feel more comfortable, call a structural engineer, then go ahead and do it.
Right.
You know, that's
So
up to
just
you.
a few cracked tiles in the kitchen floor wouldn't indicate, okay,
Are you talking about my house?
yeah.
I had to see the house, but okay. So this is the next door.
So why doesn't the eye catch that?
Because I didn't put it in front of the eye.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it did both.
I don't know if you saw the last one. You see me put my foot in front of me. This next one. You in a time crunch?
No.
They're all yours. This is done.
So both those tests were fine. They haven't lubricated the wheels or the chain or the tracks. That's something you're not required to do that, but I would do that's going to make the doors quieter and last longer. This is your other condenser. You can't see it here, but it is a 20 amp and it does match in the panel. This is the video of that one. This is a burnt out bulb and a missing bulb at the floodlight at the back, the garage. This is this filter in the office there, and it's pretty dirty. That just shows that the filters are very clean right now, but they got the wrong filters in there. But this is showing that they've got a lot of lint built up, that they hadn't been changing the filters on a regular basis. You do have a 5-inch filter you can put in there. They've got a 4-inch in there, which is not working because it's falling over, and it's letting air go around it. I think I got a picture of it. You want to use a 5-inch so it stays in there and works properly. That's just where that's located. This is lights in this room right here, burnt out bulbs. Fireplace in that room, the pilot light has been turned off. So if it's off, it needs to stay off. I can't light it. So I just need to verify with the homeowners or the sellers. You know, the inspector said he's going to test the fireplace. Does it work? We want them to disclose yes, no, whatever. Let's go look at this.
What is that?
Windowsill.
It's not moisture because the liquid swell. It is swell. It's pretty hard, so I'm not sure. I want to say that maybe probably some past starlights. There's nothing up there now. But it's pretty solid. It's been a lot of activity. This is the one. That's all. So it may be worth having something come remove this. They're not there now. There's no shelter to do on the attic. You can also do a spot treatment. If you don't want to do that, probably you don't want to talk to but probably you don't have to worry about the or that.
You did do a termite.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Will that show up on that report?
Yeah, I had to take a picture of the stickers under here. Or actually, the stickers in my shirt. I need to put, I think I need to put it now. Yeah, it's in my shirt. I'll get it after we're done. This is more burnt out bulbs. This is in this room right here.
You got $300 worth of bulbs.
Yeah.
They're not cheap anymore.
They're not. This stuff won't be in the report. It's really just for our purposes. This is just showing the microwave. That's the manufacturer's label. The microwave is
Gross. Yeah.
gross and rusting, but it does work. Okay, so the reason I'm holding that down, the reason there's water there and I'm holding that down, when I turn this water on, this was stuck in place and it squirted water out. So it's working now, but at some point you may find it sticking. These are your 2 double ovens, both set to 350, and both heated to right around 350.
Did you notice the bottom one doesn't close?
Mm-mm.
If it heated to 350, it had to be closed.
Well, it wasn't closing the first time we were here. It might close now.
No, that's.
See, like the light stays on. It doesn't.
Oh, yeah, I actually have a picture of that. And so, yeah, that.
But it still needed the 350?
Yeah, the only thing they were on is turn on. Yeah, I got a picture of that.
It just doesn't fully connect.
I wouldn't replace it if that's, I would just get it.
Get it adjusted, they can just adjust it, that's a tension, that's a junction.
Generic, yeah.
Yeah, those are nice appliances. This is the dishwasher. First time I checked it, it wasn't heating very well, but that's what had just started. I'll get another reading here later on. It was heating fine.
It's brand new, I think, right? They told us it was brand new.
Yeah, it looks newer. It's a KitchenAid, and these are all Jenner, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming. These are loose outlets in here. Just need to be tightened up. Okay, this is the cooktop. I actually have a video of this. I'll just show you. You see the yellow and the orange and the leaping out like that. So it's not, the gas is not. And it's also here.
Yeah.
It just went and went and went. Some of it stopped, some of it didn't. But this leaping, and this is poor combustion. So probably just an adjustment, but maybe a new regulator is needed, which is not that expensive. This is this outlet right there. It's loose in the wall. You can pull it right out. That one right there. This is the compactor, and it did work.
All right, taking it out anyway.
This is to remind me to tell you that I did fill up both the sinks with water. I pulled the plungers at the same time, and I also ran the disposal as they both were draining to overload the system and look for leaks, and there were no leaks. That's just manufacturer's label. This is a light bulb, missing a burnt out light bulb.
$310.
Yeah. This is another bulb, burnt out bulbs in the utility room. The light under here doesn't work. The exhaust works. So this is a light.
In the hole.
Yeah, in the hall. Yeah. That's out to the master. Yeah. Loose outlets in the master. So all around the room there.
I mean, why so many? That just happens over time.
Oh, yeah, people plugging things in and plugging them out, or maybe they were never tight to begin with.
Right.
They could have been sitting that way for 13 years. The jacuzzi tub does work. There was one. I don't know if you saw this. See, look at this valve here. See it moving? It's very loose, so that just needs to be tightened down. And then there's also, well, that's a light, burnt out light. We're gonna go back to the tub though. This is the jacuzzi spa motor, and I couldn't find a bonding wire on there, so it appears not to be bonded. So they're required to be bonded. So if the tub cracks and water gets up underneath there, touches that electricity, the bonding will protect you from getting shocked. I reached around, I couldn't find it anywhere. 2 or 3 of these shower heads need to be replaced. They're just seem dripping down there. They're just old. That's in the master. This is a very slow leak at the cold side valve. I barely even caught it. I just happened to come back and saw it there. So I put my finger by it and waited and waited and waited. And it was
On the tub?
Yeah, on the tub.
Okay.
Slowly creeping. Very slow. This side right here. That's the cold side. This is this fireplace. It does work. These are burnt out light bulbs. You can't see it's actually a bulb up here that's burnt out.
$355. Well, that's $40 right here. Those are those.
Yeah. This is the dishwasher next reading, and it should be between 120 and 150, no higher than 150, and we got about 129 and 134. So it was running good.
What was that?
Dishwasher.
Okay, gotcha.
This is, what is this? Oh, this is upstairs. That little refrigerator. It worked. Another shower head needs to be replaced. That's the Jack and Jill, I believe.
Maybe we'll just keep all those shower heads we have.
Okay, I'm going to show you 2 pictures here.
Swap them.
You're going to be looking, next picture you're going to be looking at the same spot, and you'll see something different that's missing here. You see that? It's the metal right there?
Drip edge.
Yep. Drip edge flashing is missing. Super easy fix though.
So that's the roofing
Yep.
company?
They just didn't put it in there.
They forgot to put it in there.
Usually they just leave the old one on there, don't they?
Yeah, usually. Yep. Another shower head needs to be replaced. This is kind of being picky. This won't be in the reports, just so you know. That's missing its cover.
What is that?
That's
Doorbell?
the
doorbell.
Doorbell, yeah. Okay, so this is your I think this is your upstairs air handler furnace. I'll make sure I several pictures here. This is the filter, and you can see it's actually got another inch left, so that filter's just kind of wobbling back in there. It's not really working right. It is clean. Now this we're looking at are going to be the AC differentials. This is the temperature. This is how well the AC is performing. We're looking for 15 to 20 degrees, 15 to 22, about like that. So on that first unit upstairs, we got a 42 and a 58, so that's 16 degrees. So that's within the range. This is a float switch. This is me lifting it. All 3 float switches, none of them work. None of the float switches in the drain pans work, so those need to be replaced. I find it all the time. I don't think they know how to install them. And they're never working. But I lifted all 3 of them.
So what's that mean? If
that pan, if the
leaks?
secondary gets clogged for some reason, and that pan starts to fill up with water, it lifts that float up, and that tells the air handler to turn itself off.
So if it doesn't do that,
Just flood the house.
Overflows.
Yeah, and if I would prefer, if they don't do it, and you guys end up doing it yourself, I would not go to the pan. I go straight to the primary condensate switch. So you avoid the secondary, you avoid the pan altogether. So this is the second there's a problem, it senses that and it turns it off. And those usually always work. And that's just saying that's the north unit. Where do you know it's the upstairs unit? This is the next one. Filter is clean. And here's the differential here. We got a 38 and a 59. So that's 21 degrees. That's right about where it should be. Again, float switch doesn't work. That's just where it's at. This is just from insulation. They use loose fill cellulose, and it should be 7 inches, 7 3/4 inches at least that, if not more. We've got plenty of insulation. This is the other unit inside the accessible through a closet, upstairs bedroom. Filter is clean.
Is that the right size filter in there?
No, none of them.
Okay. So they all be 5 by. What was the dimensions? Did you snap that?
Yeah.
So you can go buy new ones. Can you put that in the report? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's on there.
That way she didn't have to climb through the attic to figure out what filter to get.
Usually the bigger ones, like the 5 inches, you don't have to do that like once or twice a year.
Every 6 months.
Make sure if you have a home warranty that you change these filters. And if you ever have an HC guy comes out here and he asks you how often you change your filters, I don't care if it's been 2 years. It's been 3 months. 3 months.
Yeah.
Because they'll void your warranty in a second for that. Here's a differential here. This one is not working right. You got a 45 and a 56, so 11-degree differential. So that needs to be looked at.
Which unit was that?
This is the 3rd unit. It's accessible via the 2nd floor bedroom.
So which space of the just one bedroom?
So
Bedroom.
that one. So the north air handler.
Okay.
In the north bedroom. This is again insulation, which is fine. These are your 2 water heaters. Now this water heater, that's manufacturer's label, has been disconnected. It's not being used. So they completely bypassed that. They probably did that to save money and not have to pay somebody to remove the
are those not new? Aren't they supposed to both be new?
The water heaters?
Yes.
They haven't been replaced yet. They're going to put in 2 new water heaters.
Oh, okay.
Did the water get hot?
Yeah. It's all they're
It's all
probably
running through the one.
Yeah, it's all going through the one.
Okay.
Now, when you come out here, make sure you ask them if they can plumb them together. So that way, if you lose water, if one of them doesn't work, you still have hot water.
So they're separate now?
Well, it's not hooked up at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this stuff's, it'll be all in the recording, but it won't be in the report. This is the sprinkler system. This is so I know how many zones. There's actually 7 zones. I noticed it wasn't working when I got here, so I went out to the double check valve and they've got it turned off. So again, if it's off, it has to stay off. We have to assume it's off for a reason. So they can consult with the seller and say, inspector said that the sprinkler system was off at the double check valve. Is there a reason for that? And does it work?
Can TJ go out there and turn it on and run the sprinklers real quick? I know you can't, but
he can. You can do that. But as soon as you touch that valve and turn it on, anything that happens is on you.
Mm-hmm.
I have realtors all the time. Hey, can you turn this on? Can you turn that on?
Yeah, so he can't do it, but you can.
I used to do it. I learned the hard way. Every single time I've turned something on, whether it's been a sprinkler system like this or something inside a house, I've flooded the house.
Well, that wouldn't flood the house, right?
No, that wouldn't. But we don't mean, I don't know. But turning on may damage something, and then
Might get stuck.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They say, well, we have that off for a
Ours
reason.
did that.
I'll just deal with it. Sprinkler with that.
Well, we're gonna ask them about it.
Yeah, just ask them about it.
I feel like it might just being cheap. I mean, if he turned the electricity off,
Yeah, they had everything turned
That
off.
electricity has to stay on for the entire contract. It's in the contract.
Yeah, I feel like that guy's cheap.
I got turned off, and she told me the gas was off too. He had turned off everything.
Yeah.
You can't.
The guy's a little crazy.
How are you showing it?
You can't have, the utilities have to be on.
Well,
I mean,
the electricity
Frisco-
wasn't on when I got here. I opened up the garage doors, turned some lights on, got the ovens going, then all of a sudden it stopped. But they got it back on. So this is a leak at one of the pumps. It looks like it's probably just a gasket. It's coming down there.
This
down
is
to
the
ground.
pool?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just dripping down like through here down to there. This is a loose conduit that just needs to be connected to protect that wire. That's just where it's located. This is the water pressure at the system, and it's fine right now. So when it gets up around 30, 35, that's when you need a backwasher to clean it. This is the pool heater, and it works.
They said they just replaced it.
Oh, did they? Okay.
No, that was the spa. They replaced the
Yeah,
spa.
this isn't old. This isn't replaced. Yeah. 50% of the time they don't work. So
I haven't had one yet that worked.
they're usually not working. So that works, and it was working good. I got a picture of the inside. It's got a little bit of rust in there, and inside here. It's pretty minor.
What is that? Is that like exhaust?
This is the burners,
Oh.
just like in a heating your house.
Yeah.
Same exact principle. It's got a heat exchanger in there, and it blows hot fire. This is the pool light. Did not come on. The GFCI does work, so it's not the GFCI bulb. It's light bulb. Yeah. That's just where it's located. Both filter skimmer baskets were very full. So they obviously he's obviously also not having somebody come out here and service it. You
there's
can see algae building up in there. There is some signs of a little bit of deterioration. So these spots here, and this one's getting a little dark and black, so it's a little bit more advanced. It's not peeling away yet. The next step is you can actually peel it, reach in there with your fingers and peel it off. It's not doing that yet. You don't have 10 more years before you have to replace it, but you don't have to do it right away. The surface, and this is a high traffic area. This is the
Stair.
right along there, and so they're going to have along the sides. Usually, people are hanging on the side, kicking their feet along. The high traffic areas usually get more deterioration. This is a cracked coping, and that just needs to be replaced. It's really just cosmetic, though. That's just where it's located. This is the other basket, very full. Because this is the heating on the first floor. This is up in the office or over here. It's not blowing very well up front here. When I got further into the house, into the master and upstairs, you'll see I got more readings. It was much better. So that's right here, right? Where's that thing?
That's in the office.
Office, okay. So we're looking for like around 110 to as high as 150. So this is a little poor. One of these units is not performing right. That's a little bit better, but still not great. And then now this is running straight. This is in the master, I believe.
Yeah, that was really working good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about what we want. About 110. 110 to 120 is pretty good. They can go much higher than that, but 109. So this is upstairs. 110. 102. That could be the whatever point. This is the light for the oven. And that's it.
Cool.
Any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. It went pretty smooth. It's a pretty clean house.